Hey guys, this is Don, aka the Inactive Nanny, coming to you today from Inactive Nanny's world, where love and play are interacting. I just want to say Merry Christmas Eve to everybody, all you mommies and daddies. I hope you guys have gotten ready for Santa. You got your cookies, you got your milk, you got these little ones together so they can get ready. Little ones, I hope y'all are ready. Y'all know y'all gonna have to go to bed super early because Santa can't come if you're not in the bed. It's been a minute. I've been super busy and sort of trying to get my schedule back on track. So I thank you guys for being patient with me and bearing with me. But today I figured I would come on and do a little Christmas story time for our little ones, the little heartbeats. And I'm reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas from Dr. Seuss. I figured this would be the perfect book for today. So we're going to read How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, dun dun dun, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was just 2 sizes too small. Oh wow. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew. Merry, Merry Christmas. All the Who girls and boys will wake bright and early. They rush for their toys. And then, oh the noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise. Then the Who's, young and old, will sit down to a feast. And they feast, and they feast, and they feast. Wow, that's a lot of eating. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch wouldn't stand in the least. I wish you guys could see these pictures in this book. They're so cute. And then they do something they liked least of all. Least of all. Every Who in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They sing and they sing and they sing. The more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas scene, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why? For 53 years I've put up with this now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? How do you guys think he's going to stop this Christmas? Guess we're about to find out. Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and chuckled with a great Grinchy trick. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since the reindeer are scarce, There was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. Just one horn, guys, and that's supposed to be a reindeer. Okay. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up," and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dancing, dreaming sweet dreams without a care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number one," the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the top of the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. "These stockings," he grinned, "are the first things to go." Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feet, he took the Who pudding, he took the roast beef. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last cans of Who hash. Who eats Who hash? Not me. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. "And now," said the Grinch, "I will snuff up the tree." And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of the bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree wide?" But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there and I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and he got her a drink and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. He went up the chimney himself, that old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 7:15 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. He packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh to the Who's. He was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Him and his little makeshift reindeer, y'all. Every Who in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or another, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps mean a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say, the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food and the feast. And he, himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. And that's the end of the Merry Christmas Eve story. This is one of my favorite Christmas books, y'all, so I did want to come on and just give y'all a look story time for Christmas Eve. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your holiday. Have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to be on next week, so y'all will hear from me before New Year's, before 2021 comes in. And I just hope you guys be safe. Enjoy your holidays, little ones. Enjoy your gifts. But remember that it's not about the gifts as far as what's up under the tree. We're actually celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. So you guys enjoy your families. Just have fun. And I will be back next week. Until then, this is Don, a.k.a. the Interactive Nanny, signing off from Interactive Nanny's World, where Love and Play are interacting. You can always email me at interactivenanny@gmail.com. You can message me here for any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, whatever. Be on the lookout, because Interactive Nanny is working on some new things where you guys will actually be able to interact with me in other ways. So just be on the lookout. And until then, I am going to say Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas Eve, and Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys next week. Y'all hear from me next week. Till then, bye-bye.